Hello students, welcome to this English class. Look at the pictures. Who are they? They are the freedom fighters. Who is he? He is Jawaharlal Nehru. Then, who is he? Do you know him? He is Lala Lajpat Rai. Then, third picture is, who is he? All of you have known about him. Okay? Yes, he is Mahatma Gandhi. Do you know him? Who is he? Yes, he is Subhash Chandra Bose. Then we will go to the next picture. Who is he? He is Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Next picture. Who is he? He is Ram Prasad Bismil. Next we will go to the next picture. Who is he? He is Lal Bahadur Shastri. Then he is Bir Surendra Sai. Next he is Birsa Munda. Next he is Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, who is popularly known as the Iron Man of India. Then he is Gopal Krishna Gokhale. The last picture is Tilka Majhi. Do you know him? Have you heard the name of Tilka Majhi? Have you heard the name of Tilka Majhi? No, you don't know. Yes, we will learn about him, Tilka Majhi. He is a great freedom fighter, but our history books do not mention his name. We have forgotten his name, but he is an inspiration for many who sacrificed his life for the country and showed us the path to freedom. His story is an inspiration for many. Today we are going to read a new chapter, Baba Tilka Majhi. Baba Tilka Majhi. SGP 1. In 1750, Tilka Majhi was born in Murmu family in a small village near Bhagalpur in Bihar. The village is now called Tilakpur. The Murmus are priests among the Santals. So, Tilka used to worship Marangburu from his early days. As the days went by, he grew up to be a religious man. People of all religions had great love and respect for him, and they called him Tilka Baba. Paragraph 3. Tilka was also very good at using bows and arrows. There was none in his area who could surpass him at shooting arrows from a bow. He used to train the young men of the village in shooting arrows. Now we will read SGP 2. The Santals, as you know, are freedom-loving people. In those days, they lived a free life without any outside control. They cleared the forests, prepared fields, and grew different kinds of crops. The king had little control over them. Once or twice a year, they had to help the king when there was a war. But after the Plassey battle, the British became the rulers of Bengal, Bihar, and Odisha. The king of Bhagalpur came under the control of the British. The British wanted to collect more money. They asked the king of Bhagalpur for more money. The king in turn appointed outsiders to collect rent from the tribals. Some tribal villages were given as quotas to some landlords. The landlords asked the Santals to pay more taxes and often took away their property and lands. Tilka did not like this. He asked the Santals not to pay taxes. The Santals became a real problem for the government. To bring the Santals under control, a new collector was appointed in Bhagalpur. His name was Augustus Cleveland. In different ways, he tried to bring the Santals under control. He appointed soldiers from other tribes to fight against the Santals. Tilka could not bear this. He was looking for a chance to kill Cleveland. Okay, let's read the text in details. SGP 1. In 1750, Tilka Majhi was born in Murmu family in a small village near Bhagalpur in Bihar. The village is now called Tilakpur. When did Tilka Majhi born? Tilka Majhi was born in 1750 in Murmu family in Bhagalpur district in Bihar. The village is now called Tilakpur. The Murmus are priests among the Santals. Murmus are the priests among the Santals. So, Tilka used to worship Maranguru. Who is Maranguru? Maranguru is the supreme deity of Santals. Tilka used to worship the supreme deity Maranguru. So Tilka used to worship Maranguru from his early days. As the days went by, he grew up to be a religious man. He was a religious man. People of all religions had great love and respect for him. Why people had great respect for him? As he was the priest of Santals, and they called him Tilka Baba. What did they call him? They called him as Tilka Baba. Next, Tilka was also very good at using bows and arrows. He was expert at shooting bows and arrows. There was none in his area who could surpass him at shooting arrows from a bow. No one could challenge him in shooting bows and arrows. He was expert. He used to train the young men of the village in shooting arrows. He taught the young men of the village in shooting arrows. Do you understand? Yes. Now we will read SGP 2. The Santals, as you know, are freedom-loving people. The Santals are freedom-loving people, the people who loves freedom. In those days, they lived a free life without any outside control. They cleared the forests, prepared fields for what? Prepared fields for cultivation and grew different kinds of crops. The king had little control over them. Once or twice a year, they had to help the king when there was a war. When did they help the king? They helped the king when there was a war. But after the Plassey battle, when did the Battle of Plassey occur? Do you know? The Battle of Plassey was occurred in 1757. The British became the rulers of Bengal, Bihar and Odisha. The king of Bhagalpur came under the control of the British. The Britishers controlled over the Bhagalpur king. The British wanted to collect more money from the Santals. So they asked the king of Bhagalpur for more money, to collect more money from the Santals. The king in turn appointed outsiders to collect rent from the tribals. The king appointed the outsiders to collect more money from the Santals. Some tribal villages were given as potas to some landlords. The British gave the village as potas to some landlords. The landlords asked the Santals to pay more tax and often took away their property and lands. It was a big trouble for the Santals, so they opposed against the British. Tilka did not like this type of injustice towards the Santals. So he asked the Santals not to pay taxes to the British. The Santals became a real problem for the government. The Santals became a real problem for the government. To bring the Santals under control, a new collector was appointed in Bhagalpur. The British appointed a new collector to collect taxes from the Santals in Bhagalpur. Do you understand? Yes. His name was Augustus Cleveland. Augustus Cleveland, a new collector appointed by the British to collect taxes from the Santals. In different ways, he tried to bring the Santals under control. In different ways, Augustus Cleveland tried to bring the Santals under control. He appointed soldiers from other tribes. Augustus Cleveland was very clever, so he appointed soldiers from other tribes to fight against the Santals. Tilka could not bear this. Tilka could not tolerate this type of injustice. So he was looking for a chance to kill Cleveland. Now we have already discussed about the text. Let's know about him in brief. Tilka Majhi's early life. We will know about Tilka Majhi's early life. He was born on February 11th, 1750 in Bhagalpur, Bihar, British India. His father's name was Sundara Murmu. He was a village headman. Sundara Murmu, he was a village headman. He was an eminent freedom fighter, first Adivasi leader from the Santal community. He was the first Adivasi leader from the Santal community to fight against British colonial rule. He was expert in shooting bows and arrows. Now, there are some comprehension questions We have to answer them correctly. Question number 1. Where was Tilka Majhi born and when? Who can say? You say? Yes. The answer is Tilka Majhi was born in Bhagalpur, Bihar in 1750. Bhagalpur, Bihar in 1750. Question number 2. What is the question? What are the murmus? The answer is the murmus are the priests. The murmus are the priests. Next, we will go to the question number 3. Who did Tilka worship? The answer is Tilka worshipped their supreme deity Marang Guru. What is Marang Guru? Next, the question number 4. How did people look up to him? The answer is the people looked up to him with great love and respect. Great love, and respect. They respected Tilka Majhi. Next, the question number 5. What did they call him? What did the Santas call him? The Santas called him as Tilka Baba. The Santas called Tilka Majhi as Tilka Baba. The answer is Tilka Baba. Question number 6. What was Tilka good at? The answer is Tilka was good at shooting bows and arrows. Tilka was good at shooting bows and arrows. Next, question number 7. What is the question? What did he teach to the young men of the village? Tilka Majhi taught to the young men of the village in shooting bows and arrows. Shooting bows and arrows. Next question is question number 8. Who was Cleveland? Who was Cleveland? Who can say? Yes, Augustus Cleveland was a collector. Appointed by the British to collect taxes from the Santas. He was a collector. Appointed by the British. Next, question number 9. What did Santals do to get their bread? What is the answer? The Santals cleared the forests, prepared fields, and grew different kinds of crops. They cleared the forests, prepared fields, and grew different kinds of crops. Question number 10. How did Santals help the king? The answer is when there was a war, the Santals had to help the king. When there was a war, the Santals had to help the king once or twice a year. Question number 11. Who became the ruler of their land after the Plassey battle? Who became the ruler of their land after the Plassey battle? Answer is, after the Plassey battle, the British became the ruler of their land. The answer is, the British became the ruler of their land after the Plassey battle. Do you understand? Yes. Question number 12. What did the British want? The British wanted to collect more money from the Santals. They wanted to collect more money. More money from the Santals. Next, we will go to the question number 30. What did the king do to collect rent from the tribals? What did the king do to collect rent from the tribals? The answer is, the king appointed the outsiders to collect rent from the tribals. The king appointed outsiders to collect tax to collect tax from the Santals. Question number 14. What were given as potas to landlords? The answer is, the village were given as potas to landlords. The British gave the village to the landlords as potas. The village were given as potas. Question number 15. How did the landlords trouble the tribals? The landlords collect more money from the tribals, and often they took away their property and lands. They often took away their property and lands. Collect more money and took away property and lands. Yes. Next we will go to the question number 16. What did Tilka ask people not to do? The answer is Tilka always asked people not to pay taxes. Not to pay taxes. What we learned today? Today we learned the text and comprehended it. Thank you children. Bye bye.